Welcome, everybody. You're listening to another week of the Talk That Talk weekly podcast, sponsored by the Celebrity Spotlight Live Talk Show. I'm your host, Modesty. I hope you all have had a great week thus far. And to those of you who are listening to the podcast for the very first time, I want to say thank you. I appreciate and value your time and would like for you to enjoy the next 15 to 30 minutes of the show. I'm going to commence the podcast today with the quote for the week. The quote says, "Don't downgrade your dream to match your reality, but upgrade your faith to match your destiny." That quote is credited to none other than Pastor Devon Franklin, who is a film and television producer, a New York Times best-selling author, a spiritual success coach, and he is the husband of veteran actress Megan Good. It simply means if your reality is dictating to you and conveying the message that due to your present economic situation, time limitations, education, or lack of experience in a particular area, that you should downsize your thinking and stop dreaming and pursuing your passion. Well, mute it. Silence those thoughts in your mind and push through anyway. Upgrade your faith. In other words, believe even more in God and believe in you. Pursue, and as you pursue, employ patience and persistence. Then you will be able to fulfill your passions, your dreams, and reach your goals. On the Talk That Talk podcast every week, I do shout outs and mentions to our listeners to show my appreciation for them and to express well wishes, support, prayers, and congratulations, especially when it's in order. If you're celebrating a birthday this month, the month of May, happy birthday to you. And if you're celebrating your wedding anniversary this month, happy anniversary to you. If you've recently become engaged, congratulations. I wish the wife-to-be and the husband-to-be all the best. If you're getting ready to relocate to a new state or country, that's a big move, or you're moving into a new apartment, house, condo, townhouse, or residence, I wish you all the best and may you enjoy your new surroundings, continue to flourish, progress, and prosper even as your soul prospers. In the news, specifically the church world, Comcast, which is an American global telecommunications conglomerate with multiple subsidiaries under its belt, is also the largest broadcasting and cable television company in the world as it relates to revenue, has made it known that they're planning to pull the Word Network programming from various markets, which are major. Many of the markets are major markets, making it inaccessible for thousands to possibly millions of its viewers. Now, the Word Network in and of itself is recognized as the largest African American religious network. As of 2016, it's been reported that it reaches nearly 86 million homes domestically in the U.S. That's a lot. And the Word Network is also available in 200 countries. It's a major network, and many of us, myself included, has been blessed tremendously over the years by various ministries, gospel artists, choirs, faith-based events, conferences and conventions, new artists, new ministries, and so on. And this is being considered a heavy blow to the urban religious community as a whole, because for certain viewers, the Word Network might be one of the only accesses that they have to religious programming. and for ministries and churches that rely upon the network to share their ministries and services with the world. So let's remember the word network in our prayers. Let's pray that they will come to a reasonable agreement with Comcast for their benefit and for the benefit of Word Network viewers and the ministries and churches that use the Word Network for their platform. Also in the news, hopefully you did not miss it, but just in case you did, the Black Panther movie by far has been the best and most successful film with an all-star cast that has ever been produced as a Marvel comedy. Ryan Coogler, the director, writer, and producer of Black Panther, is not a novice in the film industry, but he has directed multiple films that were very successful as well, such as Fruitvale Station, Creed, and several short films in addition. It seems like, from my perspective, Coogler has what I call the golden touch, because everything he puts his hand to succeeds and turns to gold. Now, the anticipation for Black Panther was incredible. It started last year, from the graphics to the trailers. It was just awesome. It was awesome. It was phenomenal. The trailers and the graphics and the pictures attributed to the momentum and the excitement for its release this year. In February, when it debuted in theaters across America and the world, there was no problem with it selling out completely. The Black Panther movie smashed several box office records and is still raking in billions of dollars. The film is still making history, and to top it all off, for the first time in 35 years, the film just last month opened up in Saudi Arabia. I repeat, it was one of the first films to be screened in the Middle Eastern nation in 35 years. It was an historical moment, and one that I'm sure Marvel and Ryan Coogler and the cast of the Black Panther will never forget. So hats off to Ryan Coogler and his production team. Hats off to Chadwick Boseman, film veterans Angela Bassett, Forrest Whitaker, Michael B. Jordan, Lupita Nyong'o, Letitia Wright, Danai Gurira, Daniel Kaluuya, who also starred in a major successful film, Get Out, Winston Duke, Andy Serkis, and the list of magnificent actors and actresses can go on and on. Now, true confession, when the Black Panther film came out, I saw it 3 times. Yes, I said it. I saw it 3 times because to me it was beautiful. It was empowering. It was enriching and enlightening, to say the least. So if you missed it on the big screen, look for it soon on DVD. Today now, for the Talk That Talk podcast, one of the fabulous 8 topics I'm going to discuss is finance from the perspective of saving money. I'm going to share with you 5 simple ways to save money in order for you to have more of a bottom line, as opposing to bottoming out, I call it, by spending more but having less in a long run. The first way you can save money is by switching banks. Consider switching to another bank. Now, some of us do have relationships, and we've become well acquainted with our bankers and have long-time relationships with them, and may find it difficult to switch, but sometimes the perks and the rewards that other banks offer are just too good to pass up. And when you start taking into account how much monthly maintenance fees and other fees cost, if you don't have the minimum that's required, it it may be worth your while. And banks are very competitive anyway, because they want your business. They want to open they want you to open new accounts with them. So many of them are going all out and will do whatever it takes. If you decide to switch banks, look for banks that waive the monthly maintenance fee for all new accounts. Some banks will even put money into your account when you open a new bank account, depending upon the promotional that they're offering. In addition, perks are also offered, for new customers that sign up for direct deposit. Direct deposit is also a service. It's actually a staple for many employers, for their employees, to make it convenient for them, especially when they get paid. So a lot of companies encourage their employees to sign up for direct deposit, because it's better than having to print out a paper statement anyway for each pay period. And companies are becoming more paperless, and they want to get rid of all the paper that they use, printing out this and that. So they encourage you to sign up for direct deposit. The second way is that you can save money is you can revisit your cable bill. Now, for some that means cutting the television off, but I'm not going to take that route. I'll take another route. I won't tell you to cut off cable completely unless you use your phone for any and everything, and technology today allows us to do just that. But many of us like to watch certain cable shows and certain cable series that we've become acquainted with, and some of us are married to them and are not ready to part ways as of yet, and we might find it difficult doing so. But if you revisit your cable bill, you might actually save hundreds to thousands maybe per month when you call into account after a year how much you've actually spent on your cable bill. Now, what you can do is you can eliminate channels and programs that you never watch. That way, you won't have to pay for those channels, and it can lessen your bill in that manner. The third way is when you shop, you can save money. This is how. And it's probably one of the most challenging things to do. Make a list and stick to it, but it works. Understand this, that retailers are aware of customers' spending habits, and they make it convenient for us to buy and look at products that may not necessarily be on our original list. I'm sure if a survey was taken that many of us have fallen victim, myself included, to making purchases that we did not know was on sale and that was not a part of our shopping list. So stick to your list, stick to it, and don't yield to the temptation of buying outside of it, and you will no doubt save money in that way. The fourth way to save money, now this is a major. Consider committing yourself to either a 14-day, which is 2 weeks, or a 30-day non-spending fast. I call it a credit card fast or a non-spending fast. That's right, for 14 days or for 30 days, commit yourself to not making any major purchases. Now, you might say after 2 weeks or after 30 days, I'm going to spend the money anyway, so does it really matter? Yes, it does. When you forego spending your money, sometimes prices change, sales are implemented, and discounts are offered, especially during certain times of the year and certain seasons. So be strategic when you're making large purchases, because your goal is to get the best and the best quality for less and at the best price. The gratification that impromptu or impulsive spending gives you will be short-lived, especially if you find out that the large purchase that you made was on sale and there was a 50 or 70% price reduction. It makes your purchase and the gratification of it less gratifying, let me say. So you can save a great deal of money when you forego spending. The number 5 way, if you are a social butterfly and if you love going out to eat to save money, is by having a cook-in or a cook-out, by inviting your family and friends. Now, some of us, especially those of us who are single, who love to eat out, we love to eat out. And I like to eat out as well, but mostly on special occasions like for a birthday, or if there's a new restaurant opening up and I've never been to it before. Or there's a restaurant rather that I've never been to and I want to give it a shot, I'll eat out. Some of us might dine out more than others on a weekly or a monthly basis because it's easier and we don't have the time to cook. I want to suggest that you try this in order to save money. Sponsor a GNI, a girls' night in. You can create some games about life. You can do some Q&A trivia for your friends as opposed to going out. It will be exciting. It will be loads of fun. You'll have a blast. And you'll be so glad that you did it. And plus, you will save money, and your friends who partake in the GNI, the Girls Night In, will save money as well. Now, our last and final way to save money is that you can acquire a checker. Not checkers, as in the game, of course, but a checker. What is a checker? A checker is someone you love and trust, who will make it their business to check on you and to hold you accountable when you get paid, to keep you from falling prey to compulsive, emotional, unnecessary, and overspending. If you're married, automatically your husband or your wife is your checker. And for those of you who are dating, your partner or the person that you're dating is your checker 9 times out of 10. Now, it's not necessary to inform them of your salary unless you feel comfortable enough to do so or you want to, but it's their responsibility to make sure that you are saving and have not deviated from your budget or your spending ratio. So there you have it, 6 ways to save money. It's time now for me to wrap up the show. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you would like to inquire about booking me as a host or a keynote speaker for a brunch, a luncheon, a women's enrichment, a women's empowerment session, or a women's panel, feel free to call 646-515-4375 or celebrityspotlightlive@gmail.com. I also conduct 15 and 30-minute promotional interviews for new business professionals, new entrepreneurs, authors, ministers, and other noteworthy professionals on another platform. For details and more information, visit www.csltalkshow.com. If you would like to advertise your product, your event, or your business on the podcast, you can contact me at celebrityspotlightlive@gmail.com or 646-515-4375. As always, remember, although it's good to be important, it's more important to be good. Have a phenomenal week, everybody.